Okay, last week we took a look at circumference of circles, which was the perimeter, the area outside. Remember, we talked about yard fences. Today we're going to look at the area inside of that circle, and then for that reason we have a different formula. Background knowledge here, we first need to talk about diameter and radius. Remember, diameter was the distance all the way across, and you'll be given that, and so you'll need to know what that is, but for this week's formula, we're really just concerned about this red line here, just halfway across, and that's the radius. Okay, so formula for area of a circle, area equals pi times radius squared is how that's read up there. Pi times radius squared, which just means pi times radius. So if you have radius times radius, we write that as radius squared. Okay, so in the examples, you'll find the radius, take it times itself, and then take it times pi. First example coming up here, this circle has a diameter of 12 meters. Find the area of the circles. Okay, so there's that diameter. It gives you the diameter, so you have to reach into your background knowledge and remember that radius is half. Okay, so if the diameter is all the way across, that means the radius is going to be 6 meters in this one. Okay, another blast from last week, we talked about exact versus approximation. If we know the radius is 6 of this, our exact answer, if we just want an exact answer, we're just going to go pi times, well, radius squared is going to be 36. So 36 pi. Okay, if we're looking for an exact answer, that's as exact as we can get. Remember, because pi is an irrational number, it's a decimal that goes on and on and on, does not terminate, does not repeat. Okay, and so most of the things, or most of the problems that we get are actually going to be an approximation. That's where we use 3.14 for pi. A lot of times they will tell you to do that. So let's go ahead and work on that here. Okay, once again we have pi times radius squared. Okay, back to this circle here. So all we're going to do is go 3.14 times 36. Okay, more than capable using a calculator to do that. 3.14 times 36. We work that out, and we should get 113 and 400 meters squared. Okay, remember we're finding area, so we have to label correctly on this unit. Okay, a lot of times they will tell you to round. I don't see it in this one, so we'll just leave our answer just like that. Square meters is what our label is there. Okay. Moving on to the next one here, find the area of the face of the Virginia quarter with a diameter of 24 millimeters. Use 3.14 for pi. So there that is. We talked about that a little bit. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so here we go. Remember, it's going to be pi. In this case, we'll go 3.14 times radius squared. Well, we have a diameter up there. Remember, diameter is all the way across. So if we cut that in half, it should be 12. Remember, though, it's pi times radius squared. Okay, so pi times radius squared. Now we just have to work it out. 3.14 times 12 times 12 is 144. Okay, you work that out on a calculator. You're going to get 452.16. Then we have to round to the 10th. 10th place is right here, everybody. We look to the neighbor. That neighbor says round up. So my final answer is going to be 452 and 2/10 millimeters squared. Don't forget the squared sign, everybody. Find the area of this Girl Scout patch if the diameter is 1.25 inches. So we're working with something pretty small here. Round to the nearest tenth. All right. So once again, remember, we're pi times radius squared. But we're given diameter. We need the radius. Okay, so we need to take 1.25 inches and divide it by 2. When we do that, our radius is going to equal 0.625 inches. Okay, that's the needed information. Now we can just turn to our formula. Remember, it's pi times radius squared. So our area is going to be found by going pi, in other words 3.14, times 0.625 squared. So the first thing you need to do is go 0.625 squared. This button right here will do it for you. So we get a 0.390625. Okay, that's our radius squared. Then we go ahead and take that times 3.14, and we should end up with a pretty large decimal right there. Now, we have to round this. We're going to round it to the 10th. So as I come back to this, I'm going to try to remember this. Our answer was 1.2265625 or something like that. Now we're going to round that to the nearest 10th. 10th spot's right here. So my final answer is going to be 1.2, and my label inches squared. Okay, not too tough there, even with using some nasty decimals there. Okay, challenge one right here. The pizza place in Lusk is having a sale on medium and large pizzas. Medium pizzas are 10-inch for $7.99. So let's go ahead and draw a picture of that. We have a 10-inch. Okay, we're talking diameter there. And this one's $7.99. Okay, and then moving on, large pizzas, we'll do that one in blue. Here we go. And this one we have 14-inch. And this one's $13.99. Okay, we'll go back to the small one. We're trying to find which size is the better deal. Best bang for our buck here. We're going to look at our hint here, and it'll tell you that you're going to find the cost per square inch. Okay, so we're talking money per square inch here. All right, first of all, we need to find the area. Area of this pizza. Pi times radius. Radius of this is going to be half of 10, so 3.14. All right, going back to this again, radius is going to be 5. We square 5, we should get 25, so 3.14 times 25. And our area is going to be 78.5 inches squared. Okay. Now at that point, what is our hint? Fine, we're going to find the cost per square inch. Okay, so that means you're going to take your cost and you're going to divide it by the number of square inches that you have here. When you do that, you are going to get about 10 cents per square inch. Okay, so basically what you just found here is in those medium pizzas, every square inch you're paying a dime. Okay, so now we have to do the same figuring on the larges. Okay, find the area first. That's going to be pi times radius squared. Our radius on a 14-inch pizza is going to be 7. Okay, radius equals 7. So that means 3.14 times radius squared would be 49. Okay, going kind of fast there. Remember, you take your radius and you square it, which means takes it time itself. All right, so that's how I got the 49 there. So 3.14 times 49, and we should get 153.86 inches squared. Okay, we have to do the same thing here. We have to take our price of 13.99 divided by our inches. And on this one, it's going to be a very close call, because this one's going to be about 9 cents per square inch. Okay, so the best bang for our buck here, by a single penny, is going to be the large pizzas. Large pizzas are the better by about 1 penny per square inch. Okay, so a lot of figuring out there. Main thing I want you guys to remember is pi times radius squared, and then when you are finding the cost per square inch, we have to take cost divided by our total inches. Okay? Moving on here, just a quick question here. Stop and reflect. Cross out the formula that is not used for finding the area of a circle. Okay, so if we look at this one here, it says area equals pi times radius squared. Well, that sounds just like what we talked about here. How about this one over here? 3.14 times radius squared. Well, 3.14 is pi, so that one's okay. What about this one here? 22/7 times radius squared. Well, if you actually divide out 22 divided by 7, that actually equals 3.14 and some more decimals with that, but it's basically the same thing as pi. This right here is pi. So that leads us to this last one here. Area equals half of the base times height. Half of the base times height. We've talked about that the other day. That's the area of a triangle. So that one's not going to work right there. That's the only way to not find the area of a circle up there. Okay, semicircle. Semicircle is a half circle. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to find the area as if it was a whole circle and then divide it by 2. Okay? Going to this example over here, remember we're still pi times radius squared. What would be the radius of this? Well, if the diameter given here is 23, we would divide that by 2. Should get 11.5. So we're going 3.14 times 11.5 squared. And all of that divided by 2 will give us our answer. Okay, let's dive in. 3.14, when we square 11.5, 132.25 times 3.14. Okay. Alright, and here we're still needing to divide by 2, divide our area by 2, and our final answer we should get comes out to 207 and some decimals here. Okay, if we look up here, and it says to the nearest tenth. Okay, so we'll come down here to our answer here, we'll find a tenth. We'll look to the neighbor, it says stay the same, and so all we need to do is come up with a final answer, 207 6/10. Find out what our label should be. Looks like feet squared. Okay, so as I look back over that, all I'm doing is pi times radius squared. That would give me the answer to a full circle. I divided by 2 because this is a semicircle up here. It's only a half circle if you look up here. Alright? We just need the area of that semicircle. So that's why we divided by 2. Final answer all day long. Okay, should be somewhat review for you this week. Main thing here, hardest part is to remember when given diameter you have to divide by 2. Okay, so our new formula deals with radius, not by diameter. Don't forget to label everybody. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.